guys, Donnie RightSide, Bookmakers Review, Week 3 NFL off-season video, and this week is avoiding the sophomore slump. How do you do that? Just like rookies heading to training camp here, trying to get to opening day in the NFL, hone your skills, work on your craft here. You can do the same thing in handicapping. So if we take a look at last year, what you did well, stick with it here. Identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Donnie, you know me. I love taking team totals here. It fits my iframe. I like to stay there. Do I bet some sides and totals? Sure I do. But mainly it's team totals. The weaknesses that you have. Hey, man, I can't pick a underdog to save my life here. Well, then don't pick underdogs anymore. Stick with the favorites and what you know that are designed to make you money. And also, that gets into record keeping here. Keep accurate records. If you think you're a great team total player and say, well, I'm so good at team totals, wait a second, why am I down 8.5 units on the season? Or I can never pick underdogs here. Hey, hold on. I'm up 3 units picking underdogs on the season. Keep accurate records so you can hone your skills and make yourself a more effective gambler. Also, take a look at the odds. BMR odds is a fantastic thing to watch because why is that line moving? Also, how many tickets are coming in on a certain side? Sharp money, non-sharp money. You can do a lot of work and a lot of damage here just by reading the lines and getting the information. Certainly that would be appropriate on there because that does make a big difference here for us. Let's check out the message board here because we've got a lot of really good topics here popping up. One of those coming up here is by Ricky V. Should you buy points ever? If so, and when? Well, you don't always want to buy points in the NFL because quite frankly, long term, that's not going to make a lot of sense. And also, as we take a look here, Parrothead in the chat box says never buy points. Long term sucker bet. Long term it is, but I do think there's some valuable options. Like if you're sitting there and saying, hey, I really like this game at 4.5 points where the Giants are favored over the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going to buy it down to 4. Maybe not so much of a difference here, but maybe if you're looking at a 2.5 and you buy it up to 3, or if it's a 3.5, you buy it down to 3, 6.5s and 7s, it might make some sense in the short term if you have a pretty sharp handicapping angle on that game. But long term, you don't want to buy points every single game. It certainly doesn't make any sense. Also, trying to take a look at some things like avoiding parlays and round robins, just doing straight bets here, as Bubbles has listed. And he's absolutely correct because it's hard enough to just win one game on its own as opposed to lining them up with 2 or 3 games that you're trying to beat. Sure, if you bet $100, you take a parlay down 2 or 3 teams here, pays out at 5-1. That's an unbelievable winning percentage if you can, unbelievable win. But talk about the winning percentage of actually doing that is very slight here. You just hoping to win one more game than you lose. If you take a look at a Sunday afternoon, you bet 3 games, you go 2-1. That's world class, baby. That's world class. Stick with that type of stuff. That can certainly help you out. So when you're going over some things of what you can and can't do, a lot of the times it makes some sense to sort of lay off there. Mike Smith also, live betting and chasing losses by doubling down. Always stick. Trust me, there's always another game out there. I'm Donnie RightSide for Bookmakers Review, and as always, good luck on those wagers, and we'll see you again next week with our off-season information.